What's up guys, Eagle Undead here, back again on the Science Trust Gaming, and today is episode 4 of the Idiot series. It's going to be ratting. Now, ratting. There's so many things in this line that I could go through and it could take years, so I'm just going to shorten it for you because I'm playing the role of the idiot. You've got mission running in high sec / low sec / null sec, depending on where you are. You've got agent running. You've also got ratting sites, and you've got belt ratting and gate ratting. Those are the 5 major ratting points. Ratting is throughout the whole game. It is easy money, depending on your ship. For me, I'm a carrier pilot. Now, carrier pilot's a little different, but for normal ratters, it's a little different again. The more ratting you do, the better your money is. And the faster you can get into one of these. A Nidhogger or any other carrier. You fit it kind of like this. I'm not going to show you the whole fitting, but you fit it kind of like this, and it will equal kind of around that range. I'm in a carrier because that's where I am. Now, ratting is very basic. It is a guaranteed influx of money depending on where you are and depending on what type of ratting you're doing. If you're mission running, you're going to earn money from your agent as well as the salvage that you're going to get, referred to episode 2 of salvaging. But today I'm just going to talk about ratting as a pilot that actually rats. So, here I am. I'm in my carrier, of which is known as the GXS Eden Bowden, named after one of my friends called Eden Bowden. Go figure. Go stick it close to home, you know. So we're going to go and do a sanctum. Now, in ratting terminology, depending on where you are, if you're in high sec, it's not going to matter sanctums, but if you're in low sec and null sec being the best place for ratting, you will find sanctums, havens. Now, sanctums and havens are your money makers. Havens are you can do a haven in a Vexor Navy issue if you do it correctly. Havens, though, are mainly where you find your carriers, and along with sanctums, and same with super carriers and your dreads. If they're ratting, those are the main sites they're going to be. Havens and sanctums. Ratting can also attribute to going into a mining belt and clearing the rats, which are the NPC reds that are there to shoot you, and destroying them there. Now, what I'm going to be showing you today is me ratting. I'm just going to do one site to give you the gist and explain all the ins and outs of all the different types of ratting you can do. Subcap ratting, you don't really get into full-flown ratting until you start your missions in high sec, and then after that, as you start making your skills better and better, you will start expanding out of high sec and into places like null sec and low sec. Here is one of the high ticket sites known as a sanctum. I'm in Blood Raider space, so this is a Blood Raider sanctum. With sanctums, you want to try and get the sanctums with rings, and with havens, you want to try and get a rock haven. They're quicker, they're faster, and they're more easier to work with. So today we're going to be flying our carrier. So we're going to launch our fighters. So here's our fighters. We have to select all our fighters and start targeting all the targets. Now, if you're a carrier ratter, you want to shoot the smaller first and then bigger afterwards. That way you're able to clear the site a lot faster and not lose as many fighters. You always want to keep your fighters moving as well. For drones it's slightly different, but for fighters you want to keep them moving. You have to be on the ball, Johnny on the spot with fighters. So here I am, I'm right click orbit on all the fighters. The fighters are highlighted with this blue like halo around the fighters themselves. I left click on the target and I press orbit 10k. That keeps the fighters moving, keeping them from getting blown up or destroyed. Now, as you watch the notifications coming up in the center of the screen, just above the carrier, you'll see how much each ship that I destroy is after my corporation tax. Corporation tax affects ratting more than anything else because of the fact that that's where your money's coming from. Your corporation tax would differ. Some corporations have 100% tax, which means you're not earning money. Some have 0% tax, which means you're getting every penny, and some have a small percentage depending on what's going on. Your corporation tax is all to help your corporation grow, and it helps you have a home. Now, what does this money mean? Well, depending on what you're doing and depending on what your ship is, you can earn anywhere from ratting in a capital between 200 and 400 million ISK per every 2 hours. Or in a super you could earn double that. In a sub cap you can earn half that. It all depends on how fast you are in ratting. Now, refer back to episode 2 for the salvaging side. I don't salvage when I rat. When I'm ratting, I do not come out and salvage behind me, because of the fact that I just want to get the site done and get off grid and move to the next site. That's a good way to rat. Now, if you want to do that and also salvage, my advice is dropping MTUs, the mobile tractor unit, explained in episode 2, to pull all your wrecks to it. Make sure you bookmark your mobile tractor unit so you can get back to it, because once you complete a site, the site despawns. There's nothing left in the site other than the wreck. And you salvage away. Now, if you combine ratting and salvaging, and you can combine it in a fast, efficient method, you can look to be earning anywhere between 100 and 500 million ISK every 2 hours, depending on what your ship type is. For mission running in high sec or low sec, I strongly advise you go out and you buy a ship that can not only rat but can also salvage on a later time frame. Having more than one ship doing it is all well and good, but if you can get a ship which can do both, it's even better. Now, obviously, salvaging is more for a sub-cap role than a capital role, so you will not see me salvaging in this ship. It is a carrier, it is not a salvaging ship. Ratting is a guaranteed money income, however. If you, as a pilot, get into a carrier, there's 3 rules you have to follow. 1, never leave your fighters just sitting there. Always have them orbiting the next target on your chain. And always be shooting. Press F1 to shoot and all that. If you think you need to speed up your fighters, press F2. The micro warp drives will activate and they go extremely fast. And missiles are F3. With fighter mechanics, you have to learn it on a case-by-case scenario, and you have to remember that the damage that you put out has to fit in the damage that they are weakest to. For Blood Raiders, that is thermal and EM. So I'm using fighters for EM. That's their highest damage weakness. The higher the damage weakness you've got on an enemy, the better your fighters or your combat capability against them are. So you tank for the damage they will put out, and you also use the ammo / drones / fighters that they're weakest to. That way, you're killing them faster and faster. They're not killing you. This also moves on to PvP as well. PvP works in the same way. You will attack your enemy with the damage that they're weakest to, and you play it that way. You don't stop locking, you don't stop doing anything when you're out in the field in PvE or PvP, and the more money you earn, the better you are likely to be able to build ships that can do better. Salvaging is a good mark for those who are just starting PvE, as it's also a guaranteed income. Final point for PvE side, you have to be willing to risk it all. So this is a 3 billion ISK ship. I'm not going to get that back if I get blown up. I'm going to be lucky to get 1 billion because of the fact of my insurance on the ship. Always insure your ships. That's a big thing. No matter what you're doing, whether it be mining, salvaging, ratting, fighting, whatever you may be doing, always insure your ship. That way, you have a guaranteed income, a guaranteed replacement, and a guaranteed you're not going to lose everything you own. And that's all there is to it. So with that all said and done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this site on this video so you can see how fast I get it done. You've seen how long it took me to land here. You've seen how long it takes me to shoot. Oh, with ratting, there is always a chance in nullsec, and I think also in lowsec, that you can be unlucky or lucky. There's these exploration sites which will come into your journal, which is over here. You can earn up to anywhere from 100 mil to 20 billion ISK from one of those sites. You could get an officer spawn, which again, anywhere from 50 mil all the way up to 2 billion ISK, maybe even more per site. And you can also get dread spawns. Now, dread spawns or capital ship spawns from the faction rats, whether it be Blood Raiders, Goristas, or Mordus, or any of those guys. They are worth every penny. They're worth their weight in gold. That is a 60 million ISK bounty plus possibly anywhere from 10 million, anywhere from a million, sorry, to 1 billion ISK worth of drops in that wreck. If you get a dread spawn, you want to, if you're in a subcap, you want to get the hell off grid. You're not going to beat that. You're not going to beat it. So if you got a cloak, cloak up. If you haven't got a cloak, get off grid. If you're a capital and you think you're not going to be able to beat it, you need to say, hi guys, I need help. Can I get another capital? Come and help me. Or if you are in a capital you think, okay, yeah, I can tank this, or a super capital, you want to kill it. Then you want to bookmark that wreck and get yourself an alt or get someone who you know who you can trust to come in and sit with it while you pop off, get your salvager and come back and salvage what's there. Alternatively, just salvage yourself, but be wary that in nullsec there is no such thing as chivalry. Anyone and everyone will come in and take your shit. It is how nullsec works. Finally, the final point for a PvE. If you are in nullsec, you will have something called an intel channel on your alliance / coalition which you're part of. For me, I'm Goonswarm, so I have the Goonswarm intel channel. Your enemies will appear in here and they'll be reported with the system name, their name, and proper maybe what they're flying if they're lucky to be seen. If you think you cannot deal with them and they are coming into your system and you can't fight them, or you think they're gonna hot drop you, as in drop a Cyno and drop enemies on top of you, don't wait around, get out. Now, replacing drones sucks. When you have to replace your drones, it hurts. It's so much money and so on. But a drone can be replaced. A fighter can be replaced. Your ship is worth more than the ammo or drones you may be using at the time. So from one idiot which likes to go ratting, mining and all that, to another idiot who may or may not yet be in the game, don't risk your shit. Don't be afraid to run and hide from time to time, and don't be afraid to pull your drones in and get off grid, or pull your fighters in and get off grid. Hell, if you're in a carrier and you go to warp, you can get your fighters to return to you. Activate the micro warp drives before you go into warp and hit return to fighter bay. The moment you launch off into warp, the fighters will then wait about a second to 5 seconds and then they'll enter warp. They'll land on grid maybe 2,000 kilometers away from you, and they will have, and by 2,000 I mean 2,000 kilometers, not 2,000 meters, and they'll burn towards you. T2 fighters are a lot faster than T1. If you are into ratting, you need to get the better drones. Now for drones, faction drones are better than T2. For fighters, T2 are better than faction or T1. And that's how it works. Final bit of advice for all of you up and coming ratters out there. The faster you get into nullsec, the more money you earn. For Goonswarm pilots are lucky. They have a guaranteed income in the region we are in because of the ore or because of the ratting prospects. There's a lot of money to be made in Delve, as well as a lot of money to be made in the surrounding regions which have good ratting sites and good mining sites. You want to live somewhere where not only have you got the infrastructure to come and save you if you need to be saved, but you want to live somewhere where you have the best sites in the game and the best group that you can find in the game. That way you won't have to hunt. Now I'm going to recall my fighters, not looking at the hangar bay, and I'm going to hit F2, and these fighters are now going to bolt it to me. These are T2 fighters, and you can see how fast they're moving. Directly at me. Kamikaze run straight into my hangar. And there we go. That is the site over. Off this Sanctum, I'll probably get 20 to 30 million ISK per tick, and every tick is every 15 to 20 minutes. The more money you make before the tick, the more money you're going to make in ratting. My advice to all new players in New Eden, in EVE Online, get to nullsec. Join a group like Goonswarm, Pandemic Legion, Pandemic Horde, MC Dot, Drone Region, FCON, people like that. Anyone who's in nullsec, that's where your money's going to be. On the flip side, that's also where your risk comes. Anyone can come to me right now. If they can scan me down, they can come to me and they can blow me up. I'm going to lose my carrier. I'm going to die. There is no one going to come and save me. As standard, if you're a carrier pilot, please make sure you got a Sino fit. Make sure you got a good tank. And make sure your fighters have all the help they can get. Also, make sure you carry your own W2. Because sometimes you can possibly be carrying a PvP fit with you. If you've got a PvP fit in your little cargo bay here, you can drop that W2, refit to a PvP fit, and go to town. Carry liquid ozone with you. That way, you can light your Sino. I'm carrying enough for 2 Sinos right now. And for carrier pilots, you do not need to worry about the effects this Mind Flood gives you. The Mind Flood booster is for carrier pilots only, so pay attention if you are a carrier pilot. This booster, Relaxant, allows the pilot to control his ship more instinctively and expend less energy in doing so. This in turn lets the ship utilize more of its resources for mechanical functions, most notably its capacitor, rather than consistently having to compensate for the usual you can basically see it. You can read it there. Now, it does have a bad effect. Shield booster penalty of 30%. It's got armor repair amount penalty of 30% and a target optimal range penalty of 30%. But the missile explosive radius penalty is 30% as well. You got to pay attention to all of it before you activate your boosters, because no matter what, it can happen. And as you can see, for those in the mining side, you can see here, this is a mineral right there, and that's the BPO. That right there is produced, I do believe, from either moon mining or planetary interaction. And that's all you need to know, guys. So with that all said and done, I'm going to drop the most important links that I deem necessary, which is my Twitch stream as well as the buddy system add-on below in the description. Please click it. Join Eve, guys. Seriously, it's a good game. It's an enjoyable game. You can relax. You can enjoy yourself. And you can possibly go around killing everyone you know. The more people that play the game, more the game produces great compatibility and more fun you'll have with it. There's many aspects to making money. This is the 4th video I've done in the series. Well, 5th. And there's more to come. There's another one of making money coming up, and then we go into more interesting methods. So with that in mind, guys, I'm Igor and Dev for the Science Trust Gaming. I hope you're enjoying this series, which I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying recording it. I'm playing the role of the idiot. I can't really complain about that. I'm playing the role which apparently I seem to suit. Go figure, huh? But yeah, guys, don't be afraid to join the game. Don't be afraid to experience it and lose everything. It is a fun game to play if you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's even more funnier. I hope you're enjoying yourselves right now, guys, and thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm Igor and Dev from Science Trust Gaming. If you fancy supporting the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the dislike button if you disliked it. Rant at me in the comment section and call me a nerd and useless and a leg end and all the offensive words you can think of. It's fine. I do these videos not for me, for you. And if you sat through this and hearing this little spill at the end, then you gave up your time, not me. If you fancy supporting me, go over to the Twitch stream link in the description below. Over there is my Patreon and all my social media information you need to contact me outside of game. And don't be afraid if you want to support me with money. Again, there's a Patreon over there. That money only goes towards the following 3 things. The computer, so it's better graphics for you and less latency. My internet, to keep it alive and flowing. And also to the games that I play. So whether it be DLCs, whether it be servers, whether it be more money in Eve, so I can give you more PvP content at a future date, which that is coming, by the way. Look forward to that. So with all that in mind, I hope you enjoyed this episode. The next episode will be episode 5, Planetary Interaction. Oh god, what have I done? I hate that part of the game, but hey, Planetary Interaction will be next. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. My name's Igor and Dev from the Science Trust Gaming, signing off. Fly safe, fly dangerous.